Hi, in this video, we will be discussing important safety procedures. Before servicing any electrical products, check that you are meeting the following basic safety and housekeeping precautions. Check that you are wearing the appropriate clothing to begin servicing. This means fitted clothing, closed-toed shoes, and any other safety apparel specific to your repair. Make sure that safety signs such as danger, caution, or high voltage signs are posted where necessary and only authorized personnel are present in the workshop area. Check the shop floor for any slip, trip, or fall hazards, and make sure your workbench is cleared of any objects that could get in your way when servicing. Remove any damaged or defective equipment from your workbench to avoid any mistakes while servicing. To ensure personal safety, work in a dry and well-ventilated area. Remove all metallic jewelry on your hands, like watches, rings, and bracelets. Refrain from using your bare hands to remove any parts that could be hot. Remember to wear non-conductive shoes, protective gloves to prevent cuts or shock, and safety goggles to protect against solder splash or debris from exploding components. Live 60 Hz electricity requires very little current to injure, so keep your distance from such circuits. Since high voltages can break down air to connect you to a circuit, keep high voltage circuits in enclosures and behind barricades when in operation. Work on unenergized circuits if at all possible. Never assume the power circuit is off. Test with a voltmeter to confirm. Don't connect power to a circuit until servicing is completely finished. Limit the current and energy to the lowest values possible. Experimentation can still be done with low stored electrical energy and low currents of a few microamps. Make it a habit to ask yourself if you really need that much current or energy. Be sure to properly ground your experiment and your enclosure. Take special care to safely de-energize and ground a circuit before working on it. Know when and how you can end up in the ground path in a circuit and put safeguards in place to eliminate this eventuality. Keep in mind that when you're removing high voltage charges on capacitors, you need to use a shorting stick or bleeder resistor. Never work alone. Always have a partner who knows your equipment and the risks and hazards involved. That way, you have a second set of eyes to ensure safety, and someone who can shut off the power and help you if you're injured. Keep your hands away from the tip of the iron and be cautious as to how you hold and point the iron. Always return the iron to its stand when not in use. Never put the iron down on your workbench and turn the unit off when you are finished. Hold wires to be heated with tweezers, clamps, or a third hand. Always keep the cleaning sponge wet during use. Wear protective goggles when working with solder as it can spit. Always use a grounded outlet and grounding prong to reduce the risk of electrical damage if a short circuit occurs in the equipment. Keep electrical cords away from the soldering iron. In the event that you do get burned by a soldering iron, immediately cool the affected area by running cold water on the site for 15 minutes. Do not apply any creams or ointments to the burn. Simply cover the area with a Band-Aid. If the affected area is larger than 3 inches, seek medical attention. One of the major hazards when working with electronic equipment is electric shock. To avoid this, you should take a few safety precautions. Always read safety procedures that come with every electronic equipment you're about to test or work on. Make sure that all parts of electronic equipment are well mounted to prevent accidents. Recheck all wires for bad connections or signs of wear, defects, and fraying, and keep electronic equipment away from water and other liquids. When working with high voltage, use special safety rubber gloves and shoes to reduce your risk of electric shock. When working with electronics, there's often a risk of fire caused by a short circuit or other reason. Follow these precautionary steps. Avoid anything that would cause a fire around your working area, like paper, cloth, or other combustible materials. Look out for damaged wire insulation, overheating of electronic equipment, damaged circuit boards, and corrosive components like batteries. If there is a burning smell on your electronic equipment, disconnect the power source. If there is a fire, use a non-conducting dry powder or CO2 fire extinguisher. Always check your circuit to be sure that everything is okay after repairs before connecting to power. This concludes this service training.